Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Got an early video covering Sunday slate. You got two games down, two to go. We also have NBA, but a lot of the props are not posted. I am doing this video the night prior, but I do have about two or three NBA props. NFL, we broke even. That Lions and Commanders game was a good game. Unfortunately, David Montgomery was just a decoy. He was very limited. I thought he was going to come out and do his thing. We know Jamar Gibbs did, but the Commanders pulled the upset. They got me as well, but I did have the Chiefs right. I did most of the props right. If you took over the discounts, if you took advantage of the discounts, you should have cashed with your favorite Gabi. Both discounts hit. I am assuming that there's going to be two more discounts for today's slate Sunday. So be aware of that. I think they're going to be posted early in the morning. So hopefully by the time you see this video, you pair it up with your best gobbies. But I do have about a couple props for NFL that I'll be going with, and I'm going to target the kickers, and I'm going to target the running backs. We have one big game. I think the Ravens and Bills. It's 50-50. It should be a good game. I think it's going to be a Commanders and Lions type of game. As far as the Eagles and Rams, I see that more of a defensive game. I actually have the Rams upsetting the Eagles, and then I got the Bills beating the Ravens, but it's going to be very, very close. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I think that game should be high scoring. So first prop I'm going to be taking is going to be Derrick Henry, and for him, I think every prop is in play. As you can see, his rushing yards is a popular play. 225K people on it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with this fantasy score, which is at 17. Technically, he should be at 19.5 or at 20. I do have him getting a touchdown, so it should help his fantasy. As you can see, he's just getting better and better. He likes the bright lights. Going against the Bills should be a high-scoring game. I am taking Derrick Henry. Obviously, they have the dual threat with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson should have a good game as well, but I can't pass the good season that Derrick Henry had. And I'm going to be targeting his fantasy score. You can target his rushing yards, his touchdown. Most likely, whoever discount they post tomorrow or today. Hopefully, the price picks do offer discounts. Most likely going to be targeting either Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley's Gabi rushing yards. So probably the 74.5 or the 79.5, a little bit higher payout. Obviously, you can play it safe and take the 69.5. I have both running backs going at least 100 yards, which brings me to my second pick. And that's no other than Saquon Barkley. Rushing yards, everything's in play. His Gabi at 0.5 touchdowns is excellent. Rushing yards, Gabi's as well. I'm going to pivot to his fantasy score. I am going against the DG model, which usually I don't. DG, for some reason, has him going under. Like I mentioned, it might be a defensive game, so Saquon Barkley, I'm most likely just going to put him on a slip. Just one slip, but for Saquon, I can't pass him up in this type of game. Should be a close game. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a defensive game, which I think the Rams pull off the upset in the final quarter, at least in the final minutes. But Saquon Barkley should have a good game. Next up, I'll be taking. I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I mentioned I do have the Bills advancing. It's going to be a big part due to Josh Allen. Josh Allen passing yards, rushing yards, and his fantasy score are on play. I took his passing touchdowns on sleeper already. Just trying to limit my exposure on Josh Allen's same props on the same site. So I did take passing touchdowns, so you can take that, and it's gonna get bumped to 2.5. If not, this is probably gonna be taken off the board or taken via Gabi at 1.5. Most likely it will. But fantasy score definitely in play. Passing yards, I think he's gonna have a good game, over 250 yards, a couple touchdown passes. Like I mentioned, it's gonna be a high scoring game. So Josh Allen, and you can run it back with Lamar Jackson. Passing yards is in play. His rushing yards is in play. A little bit too high for me. Usually I get him at 52, 53. He's all the way to 56.5. It's probably going to go even higher. You can take his Gabi and play it safe. Passing touchdowns. I did take that on my sleeper pick. I paired it up with Josh Allen's passing touchdowns. But you can take Lamar Jackson's fantasy score. He's been cashing this pretty much. I think he only missed that line about 3 or 4 times during the season, those 18 games. You should take his fantasy score at 22.5, a little bit high. Usually his lines at 21.5. Like I mentioned, I think it's going to be a shootout, and Lamar Jackson should have a good game. Just going to target the studs in this one. Not going to go too fancy and break it down. I did get the Washington Commanders receivers right, though. So if you guys tell those picks, you should have cashed. I think the only one I missed was the Mahomes Gobbies and David Montgomery. Those were the only ones I missed. Let's head on over to NBA. I do have a couple props. Not all the props are posted. It is early in the morning, and most of these props are not posted yet. But the one I like is going to be Michael Porter. He is my first prop. 21.5. Usually that's his points and rebounds line, but he's all the way down to 21.5. Going against Orlando, I do have the Nuggets winning. Michael Porter, never seen this line so low. Usually he's in the mid 20s as far as PRA. I'm going to be taking it at 21.5. I know he's been struggling the past couple of games. Did go over against Miami, but usually his line is mid 20s. So I'm going to take a shot on it at 21.5. Probably going to get bumped to 22.5. So that is my first pick for NBA. Next one will be Paul George. He was the DNP yesterday, but I did have him on my slip last game out. Unfortunately, he was a DNP, but I'm going to go right back to his assist at 4.5. Usually his line's at 5.5. Going against Milwaukee, I know Philly and Embiid's probably most likely going to be out. I think he's game time decision, but I'm going to rule him out. So you can target Paul George, Kelly Oubre, and Tyrese Maxey. You can also target Yabusele. Most likely, I'm going to be targeting to Kelly Oubre. And for him, points and rebounds, points and PRA, most likely in play. Most likely, I'm going to wait for his fantasy score to get posted. I'm going to be taking his fantasy score instead. But his PRA is a good alternative. And let's see, one more I'd like to mention is Tyler Hero. Points is in play, PRA. I'm going to be taking his Gabi at 17.5. Most likely, I'm going to be pairing whatever discount, hopefully, they do offer today. I'm going to be pairing it with Tyler Hero. So Tyler Hero is my top Gabi for NBA, and I'll be pairing that with whatever discount they post. Hopefully, they do. If not, I will be taking Tyler Hero as one of my anchors for NBA. Going against the Spurs, the matchup is there. He's been hot. Production's been hot. He's been shooting the ball well. Gone over. His fantasy score will probably be my top pick for him. But right now, his points Gabi is my favorite. Other than that, you can mix and match with the NFL. I'm going to target the kickers as far as the NFL and running backs. I know I didn't mention the NFL kickers, but as far as the kickers, make sure you target that Rams and Eagles. So target those two kickers. Other than that, mix and match. Pick your favorite. I know it's the morning pride. It's early in the morning, so a lot of these props are not posted for NBA, but these are the top ones that most likely 3 of these 4 will get bumped. So good luck. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and see you guys in the next one.